Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask the Wizard, streaming live for October the 28th. Being the lighthouse for your desires. Now, this is tricky because so much of the work involved in doing this is not doing any work at all. Starting the 5-minute counter. Now get comfortable, grab a coffee, and we'll see you in 5. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Ask the Wizard, streaming live. In-person, nope, don't hit a key. In-person workshop, November 5th and 6th here in Red Deer, Reiki level 1 and 2. Would love to have you join us if that happens to work out for you. So I had a little different thought before I come across the Lighthouse. As you guys know, I guess my primary teaching is Reiki. And one of the things we will talk about is the difference between memorization and understanding. Now, when you're doing a formal Reiki treatment, there are guidelines, I suppose you could say, for hand positions. But here's the thing. You can memorize those hand positions, and you can memorize all the right things to say. You can be, quote unquote, doing all the right things, and you're not going to be effective if you don't have the understanding behind why you're doing them. And if you're not doing what I call the non-physical pre-work, because all these things are physical things. It's what you do in the non-physical that makes all the difference in the world. And that tends to be where things are the most challenging, most difficult, most rewards, but also the most challenging. And here's what I mean by that. And here's why I really like the Lighthouse idea. Is because not just as practitioners, but as creators, not the creator, but creators of your world, right? Not my world, your world. We need to understand vibrational mechanics, and we need to understand how whatever perspective we choose to take sets out a vibrational signature that in many ways will override the physical. And so that's a lot of fancy words. You have a desire, and you have no idea how you're going to get there. Now, here's the thing. If you have a desire and you know all the mechanics of how you're going to get there, you don't have to manifest the outcome because you know how to do it. See, the whole thing about manifesting dreams and desires is you don't know the mechanics to do them. Or you think you know the mechanics, but you have no idea how you're going to actually accomplish the mechanics to get them. So what your vibrational perspective is, I'm not at the destination. I don't have my desire manifest yet because I'm trying to figure out how it can happen, or there's no way it can happen. I'm basically at the beginning of the journey, not the end of the journey. And in the physical, we take the journey. But in the non-physical, we go to the destination. Well, that was really good. I'm going to say that again. In the physical, we take the steps. We embrace the journey towards the destination. But in the non-physical, we're already there. But what we tend to do is take that vibrational set point that equals where we're currently at physically. And another way to say that is we take that vibrational set point of where we're at now, and we're not seeing what we want. We're not at the destination. We're seeing we're nowhere near it. We're seeing there's no way I can get there. We're seeing I have no idea how I'm going to get there. We're seeing I might know how to get there. I think I have a plan, but there's no way it can actually happen. And that's when we're trying to push through rather than standing in the destination, at the destination, non-physically. I'm not saying physically, but non-physically in your mind. This is why visualizing, this is why step 2. So manifesting is a 5-step process. Creating your perfect desire, right? That's the destination. Second step is living your desire on the inside, right? So it's not living your desire in the beginning, in the middle. It's living your desire at the destination. And then simply, quote unquote, standing in that place. And when we stand in that place, now we're going to radiate out a vibrational signature that we're already there. And from that, the physical steps, the physical circumstances, the physical whatever, that will lead us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to experiencing it in the physical will naturally take care of themselves. But our job is to stand in that destination non-physically especially when we don't see it happening here. So think of a lighthouse. A lighthouse stands and it just radiates light, right? Stands at the edge of the cliff and it just radiates light. A ship is coming to the shore and they can see that lighthouse. Now, they probably use GPS now, but anyway, they can see that lighthouse and they know, because on their maps, they know where that lighthouse is. They know that lighthouse doesn't move. They know that lighthouse is exactly where it was the last time they kind of went into that port or something like that. Because the lighthouse simply stands at the destination and radiates out that light. And that light then guides the ship into the port safely, right? So the ship is you taking the physical journey towards the manifestation of your desires in the physical. But non-physically, you're the lighthouse and you stand. And this is a lot easier said than done, especially when you have a vested interest in getting into that damn port. See, so then what happens is, so often, yes, we're here. I'm standing in my desires already manifest. I'm at the destination. Then you look out, you see the ship, and you go, oh, crap. But the ship is still out there. And then what happens is you take the lighthouse, essentially, and you move it out to the ship. And now the ship doesn't know where it's supposed to go. Right? Because now the destination is where the ship is. So guess what happens? You're going to continually manifest that because that's where the destination is. That's where the lighthouse is. You need to get back, put the lighthouse back. Okay, the physics of this breaks down here, but you need to put the lighthouse back on the shore where it needs to be. And that can be really, really challenging, especially, again, if we have this really strong desire to get that damn ship into the port. When we're working with people and we see people in challenging situations, in painful situations, it's really, really easy to go to where they're at and help them and attempt to help them, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but because you're not normal, did a broadcast on this yesterday or the day before, the real quote-unquote power is in the non-physical, and us choosing to create an image in our mind of that person already healed, not even healing, but already healed. That ship is already in the port because that's where the lighthouse is. Not halfway, not three-quarters, but already in the port. That's the best thing non-physically we can do for a person. Doesn't mean we don't do things physically as well. But that's where we have this wonderful, powerful gift we can give them. To just be that lighthouse on the shore and resist the temptation and resist the urge to kind of jump into the water, swim out to the boat to try and help. We can definitely help in the physical, of course, but not that way. Is to stand, to create that image, that picture of the destination, and simply stand. Don't move. Simply stand and be that guiding light, if you will, for that ship to make its way safely and quickly into the port, into the manifestation of the desire. Simple, definitely not easy, but it's the greatest gift we can give anyone. That was it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Share. We're all in this together. See you on the web.